Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's Azothan, and we are going to be doing another episode of Azeroth Wars. Today, we're going to focus on the idea of what to do while opening as green, because we've all seen that in the very beginning, it's difficult for... Let's adjust that microphone. It's difficult. Oh god, that's loud. There we go. Hey, look at that. Okay, we're back. God, that's so super loud, isn't it? Anyway, we've seen that when opening is green, we can have issues with trying to get down quickly enough to make any difference with our friend purple or orange. We've also seen that in the late game, it's almost purely support. He doesn't leave the group that often. Occasionally we'll see a green rush to Northern very quickly, try to steal some creeps, do some damage up there. It's a great distraction technique. It's not the route I'm going to take in this game because I have not played green in a while, and I wanted to sort of dive into it and do a first impression sort of thing. So we're going to go ahead and switch over here and turn on the Fog of War so we can only see what we're dealing with as the Alliance. Alright? So as the Alliance, we know that from here we have Scholomance. We have a few units from blue over here. At the 9-minute mark, we have to worry about all of these peasants becoming undead. They will also spawn some necromancers and ghouls to help out with the damage. But you're going to see my allies and I quickly clean up all these peasants. It's horrible. It's not very merciful, but super helpful. Now, green actually has 2 full control groups right off the bat, and that's super good. So, God, brain fart. Okay, that's super good because green is actually very versatile. And I know it doesn't feel like it right off the bat. You kind of feel like you're just a hanger-on, especially at lower control point counts, because you're trying to keep up your Farstriders. I'm going to be using them a lot. You're also trying to keep up your Magus to keep things healed and whatnot. You're not going to see me go for almost any melee in this game. I find that if you... a proper mix of units is able to deal with anything without actually having to start putting money into Green's armor upgrades for his melee. It's essentially useless once you get the right combination. Neither do I use Elven Ballista all that much. They're a little slow. You're going to see me go for a highly mobile green army. I can pretty much go wherever I want. Now I'm going to mention something. We're seeing that Darth Neo has already left. We're going to realize that, oh no, both gray and pink have left. That doesn't change the tutorial for green whatsoever. The opening is still going to be the same. You're going to go ahead and group all these units up at the well. You're going to grab everything off these islands, go ahead and just get 2 big controller groups, put those elven guys mining lumber really quickly. You only start out with 2, so lumber can actually become an issue at some point in the game if you're not careful. Actually, I end up with a huge surplus of it at some point, and I just end up dumping it on some towers for funsies. Alright, I opt to get 2 into Anastarion's Brilliance Ore because late game, guys, oh, that Brilliance Ore is so good. It meshes perfectly with what you want to be doing as green. It's great. I'm trying to keep a few units alive. We get a little blocked up there. That's fine. I'm testing out Anastarion's ability because I don't realize that it's just a sort of like a stomp. It's just an AoE stomp that without the stun it just does damage. And I'm like, oh, maybe this is like a targetable flame strike. No, I'm just wasting mana. We're gonna lose some units, and probably could have avoided it, guys. These towers have heavy armor rather than fortified, so you can go ahead and use your casters to target those down. Now, what I'm going to do in this game, because I was curious, I heard someone saying that Farstriders were amazing. So I thought, alright, I'm going to go for straight Farstriders. We can see... oh, we can hear death happening. Oh god, he's killing all the peasants. You can see the corpses. And you're going to see my allies actually be at each other's throats a little bit. I asked for good allies, and they do perform admirably. But they do bitch at each other a little bit. And if you two know each other and it was all just in good fun, let me know. Orange in here, he's going to go ahead and take out Blue's little stronghold there. Purple already rallying tons of units here. He wants to be good and prepared in case Red decides to push. And as we know, light blue and brown sort of have free reign of Kalimdor at this moment, and that's fine. Queuing up tons of Farstriders. I probably could have forgone the queuing if you want to be a little bit more efficient, you go ahead and get rid of that extra Far Strider, get one into your combat here at the blacksmith, and by the time the minute rolls around, you'll have enough for another Far Strider. It won't put you behind, and it's a little bit more efficient of a build. So I'm moving out, and all I see are dead corpses everywhere. How unfortunate. But, guys, you gotta do it. You gotta kill those things. I've been talking to people on diplomunion, and they say that the very first concern that you need to have as purple or any alliance race is killing all of those guys in there. Alright. So we see red kind of poised here on the edge. He's peeking up. Lurking Fairy has got a ghoul. So does blue with a frost aura on it. And we're going to see this cannon tower be used to great effect. We're also going to see that friggin' green is great if you know what you're doing. We're also going to see me lose Anasterian a lot. He is pretty much the only melee unit I include in my army, and the sole job of my Magus ends up being healing him. He's really beefy later. It's super great, but oh, the poor guy. I want to talk about his abilities. He has an AoE Stomp that has 5 levels to it. I think the first one's like 80, and then it's 160, and then 240, and 360 or something like that. It's okay. It's pretty good if you're facing lots of small, lower health point units. Not super great against the abominations we're going to see here. That's probably why I'm going to lose him. Sylvanas. Oh, let's keep talking about Asterion. He's got that. He's got a mana shield, which can get up to 5 points of damage per point of mana. So, and his mana pool is like 1,000 later on, so he's got like 5,000 health. It's stupid good at higher levels. He can be easily one of the best heroes I would be willing to wager if you get the right items on him. He'd be really mean, sort of an equivalent of Thoris Trollbane down here, who is also very scary late game. And his ultimate ability is every 60 seconds on the first level, he can go ahead and drain a unit's entire thing of mana and give it back to him. Great way. It's sort of an indirect health steal once he has his mana shield thing, because you're gonna go through all his mana, and then he's gonna target a hero and bam, suck all that mana back into him, and suddenly he's got the equivalent of another 2,000 health. Kind of freaky. Luckily, you're gonna find that the damage that is absorbed by mana shield is not affected by armor. So although you're absorbing like 5,000 hit points, you're not getting into the armor bonuses, so it seems to go by much more quickly. Now we can talk about, and we know Anasterion has the Brilliance Aura, we can talk about Sylvanas here. Really good unit. I've sort of underestimated her. Last time I played, she had the equivalent of Starfall as her final ability, but they've changed that to Chandra's level 10 ability, which is at the first level she fires 3 arrows. That's her ultimate, and then at the second level of ultimate it's 5, and then at the final level it's, oh my god guys, it's 7. And I do a little bit of experimentation with stacking damage items on her, because oh my, I had to rage quit the other day when a night elf came over to Eastern Kingdoms, and just I had like fully upgraded champions, and I was holding them on a bridge, and Chandra's cleared my army solo because she had the Gloves of Fury and those damage upgrades. I wanted to rage so hard, guys. Red actually doing a very sneaky thing. He's just going to send up a single abomination and poison a whole bunch of units. Because the Horde left, orange gets to get the Doomhammer. I have an odd game, guys. But like I said, it doesn't affect our openings. So, okay, so the basic skills that Sylvanas has is Windwalk. She also has a straight damage 1 unit stun, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 for the various levels, and it goes all the way up to like I think a 10-second stun at the final level. And then she has her True Shot Aura, which increases the range damage of your units by a significant margin after a certain point. I think it's only 10% in the beginning, but later on. Purple doing a really cool thing here. He just slides his units right on by and goes to fight on the Fountain of Health rather than fighting here. Red sort of has to deal with that. He can't just push on through here, because then all his weak units in the back that are actually the support are going to die. So he's forced to fight here while Purple can continue to heal his units up with the addition of Arthas's Healing Aura. It is a super effective way of doing things. I really like the showing that he did. Oh, these guys have Frost Arm on it. No good. I've got my Far Striders up. Far Striders can be upgraded to gain the ability Feint, which is essentially a 5-second wind walk. They also have an activatable autocast, which makes their attacks do AoE damage. They can receive the 15% chance to do double damage on their attacks. You can upgrade that here at the barracks. I have to go over all of these before I even get my Magus out. I'm such a noob. And oh god, Sylvanas gets so close to dying a couple times, almost makes me wet my pants. Anyway, Farstriders are super good. They're really, really good. They can, along with Sylvanas, you can just sort of feint past an army and go nab a control point, or put, you know, a worker summon item on Sylvanas. Go ahead and get behind enemy lines, drop a building, boom, you've just gone past their blockade, no problem, you're great. Plays very similarly to Chantress. And Asterion up here in the front. Oh, get back, buddy. You look really cool with your glowing arrow and stuff. Well, glowing sword. Oh, look how long they take to kill. I mean, those abominations are really cost effective. We are going to see Blue not support his ally in quite the right way. And I'm already getting my Magus up, trying to save up for the... Actually, I go Feint first. And then I'm going to upgrade them so that they can heal stuff. See, Purple is so angry because Orange took Durnhold. He's saying, in a real game, it would be mine because Pink would take it, and then I'd have to swing down because I'm the closest thing. Meanwhile, they're arguing. I'm trying to poke in here like, hey guys, what's going on? I haven't got my 1-1. You're not actually going to see 1-1 on any of my units for a decent while. And I don't even think I end the game with 8-8 because I don't need it. Once you... The abilities on green are actually more important than the damage on green. For example, if you upgrade your sorceresses, you can just turn the entire front line of your enemy into sheep for a good long while, and then just do AoE damage and stuff to the back lines while they can't get up to attack you because they can't get over their brethren sheep. You will find that the priests can also do what I was talking about in the dark green tutorial, where they can dispel any, you know, worrisome magic abilities. You will also have your archers. They can cast either searing arrows for extra damage, or they can cast ice arrows for slow. Slow on the ice arrows and slow from the sorceresses stack, so you can ridiculously slow your opponents down and also reduce the damage they're doing. It's really good, and you're going to see that come into play later. Then we have the Magus, so we have priests, sorceresses, a control group of each of those, a control group of Magus for chain heals. You've got Anasterion for your mana regen on all those units, and then you've got the Farstriders for basically just straight up hardcore damage. They're pretty survivable units. They're in danger against things like grunts or any melee units because they do have medium.
Oh no, guys, my voice is so deep. Hold on.
I come to cleanse this land.
Hey, welcome back, guys. I think I need a new motherboard. Anyway, as we were talking, they're going to be your basic damage dealers. You can queue on the AoE damage on and off, and we can see Purple, Orange, and I are going to now push. We'll be like, you know what, we're not going to give you time to bunker up. Ooh, Vanguard, sexy. A Daedalus Blackmore right in the front of things. I think he's going to die. We're going to see Purple lose a lot of his heroes, surprisingly. It might be due in part to my lack of heals for chain heals on the front line units. Oh, they're focusing down a Daedalus. Oh, he's gone, I think. Yeah, he's probably gone. You can see Purple just pushing in. I like this. I want to mention this. I always have a problem with this where my units start dying and I just freak out and I leave. And that's a bad way to do it. Once you've committed, just commit fully, guys. You can't win a battle if you don't actually fight it. I know it's really scary, and you see those health bars dropping, and you just have a panic attack. You're like, there's going to be nothing left. I'm going to lose everything, and it's awful. But sometimes it's better to just push the line. Don't stop. Keep reinforcing. Keep going. Keep pushing. You're going to break through eventually. It's going to end up being a judgment call. This is going to require you to look at yourself and say, all right, what is my opponent at? What am I at? More importantly, what are my allies at? What can they do to help me? Oh, you can see these meat wagons doing tons of damage to the yards. He has 2 upgrades on that, so it's going to wipe out these poor clerics and stuff very quickly. Red opting to retreat. I think this was actually the wrong idea. Red should have stayed and fought. He could have killed us. I really think he could have. And I was like, oh god, Sylvanas, get the hell out of dodge. Or better yet, just learn the ability dodge. We see some Dreadlords sneaking out. I think we get... No, we don't get Tichondrius. That drives me nuts. So now we're just going to clean up. And we actually find ourselves in a much better position. He cannot push out. He is in a very disadvantageous position. This is a great spot for red, especially with meat wagons. Oh, you try to sneak in here or get any units into this area? Where are you? Where are you, Mal'Ganis? Tichondrius. Sorry. All you Dreadlords look the same. Racism. Nethrazemism. I left my Elven Ballista over here like a tard. Admiral Proudlord. I want to talk about something. The way for you to get a third hero as green, you have Sylvanas, you have an Astarion. If you want to get Keal'thas, you have to go ahead and go all the way to Northrend and kill Drak'Therin Keep. There's 2 keeps up here, guys. Oh, well, hold on. There we go. It's Fog of War off. This is Gundrak. This is Drak'Therin. It's slightly more oddly placed. It's a little bit more out of the way. It's harder to get into if they know you're coming. They can just go ahead and block this and then sweep around and trap you in here. You're going to see that happen. Oh, you're going to see such an epic holdout later on, guys. It's great. My allies are super cool. One of the closest fights I've ever had in my life. That will probably be the highlight of this game. We see Red just bunkering up, going absolutely bonkers with the towers. He's cuckoo for crazy towers. And we're all like, oh god, that upgraded poison plague ability. It's just so mean. I think there we go. There we go. There's what we need to finish this fight. I'm going to heal him up quicker because I don't want to give Red time to bunker up. And I figure whatever I spend on a 1 round worth of chain heals will be more than made up for by Anastarian's. I'm going to say that. Anastarian's Brilliance Aura. Now, I know it feels weak right off the bat, but actually green has one of the best defenses in the entire game. The only thing that makes this sort of problematic is these ports. I've seen blue do very successful drops in these areas and just sort of sweep in. They'll take the gates before you know what's going on. A couple extra towers, maybe. Even a modest armada would be great at alleviating that worry. I'm like, guys, let's go. No, they're gonna bunker up. We gotta leave. And I said, no, Purple, we're doing this. I don't have time for you. No, he's bunkering up. Let's go. And he is literally bunkering up. Oh, let's see. He's gonna start building him soon. Sneak in a Farstrider with the Feint ability. Go ahead and check out, see what's going on. Turn that Fog of War back on so we can understand where... Oh, guys, pause. I did something wrong here. I tried to pull his units out, and then I couldn't figure out why Astarion was dying, because I didn't put my own units on hold position before I tried to pull his. So I pulled his right back out, and pulled my guys in, and Astarion just dies. He just dies, poor little guy. But we do get a good number of abominations and meat wagons for our trouble. Not gonna work twice. Oh my god, and we didn't kill off enough peasants. You're gonna see Red just go right for the kill. Purple streaming in. He's gonna get tons of these steam tanks to take out the towers that we're not entirely sure are being built, but now we see one going down. We can safely assume that there will not just be one more tower. Let's make sure that is a tower. Yeah, okay. Oh god, so many towers, guys. We had to abandon the front. Would have been a good time for him to push out, actually. Regain his position here. Red, if you're watching that. Let's see, who was that? Lurking Fairy. If you're watching this, next time just go ahead and push. Coordinate. That was just a waste if you don't make any use out of it. You just bought yourself some time, and time's not the most important thing in this game. Oh, punching our microphones, running our heroes back. I'm like, hey guys, I know you're sort of beat up, and look at the damage that plague has done to his units. Oh, they're all dying, guys. You know, remember what I was talking about with those abomination landmines? Oh my god, is it effective. I'm gonna have to play a game as Red and see if that's actually a decent strategy, because some races have healing auras and things that can combat that, but a lot of races don't. And if they have things like priests and whatnot, you're just going to drain their mana before you ever get in a fight. It's super great. I'm going to try to pull again, but nope, no bueno. I go in to see if we got any towers. Oh, we got some towers. Put mine in the back there, attack some units, get it out. I managed to draw a few things out. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and take a look at what the rest of the map looks like. Teal has set up a forward base out here. He can't actually seem to get through. Yellow and dark green have managed to destroy Blackrock. We already know what's going on in the Kalimdor, except that we don't. And I want to talk about this, guys. This is completely unacceptable. Look at this. Look at all the things. There's, oh, guys, there's so many things here. Look at this. There's kobolds and there's Naga and guys, this is not okay. They haven't even killed Keal'thas. Oh, Keal'thas. You have 900 health at level 10. You just got screwed on that. I mean, if we look at it, they've only killed off the bare minimum that they need to take control points and to connect with each other. And that's okay if you want to just go ahead and fly off the, just go crazy and attack Eastern Kingdoms really quick, or even Northern. If you just want to go really super, ignore your creeps and try to put some pressure on them in really super early game. If you have been lucky enough to have your opponents leave, do that. Just throw a spanner in the works. Make sure you attack the person who's doing better, though. I know it's a easy line to misread, but you have to tread it carefully. And we see some eagles spot the Dreadlords, but then they don't go south quickly enough. And then purple's like, oh, forget the Dreadlords. Let's just go in and attack. Go, 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 go. Get to the chopper. Get to the control point. Lots of chain heals going out. Lots of summons down. These steam tanks doing a good job of soaking up damage since they were the first ones in there. And they're going to do a great job against doing damage against the unarmored warlocks and the spirit towers alike. Casting Roar, oh not Roar, Doomhammer makes our units much stronger. Look at that. That's a good chunk of attack damage there. Maybe 20%, I'd say. Maybe a little more, actually. Still trying to turn out units. Guys, at this point, oh god, look at this too. That plague damage is just wrecking our back lines. That's not a catapult or anything. That's just plague damage on our casters. It's terrifying, isn't it? Ooh. Can you guys hear the TARDIS in the background? That's sexy, right? Not only do I have a TARDIS USB port, but my girlfriend has a TARDIS cookie jar. It's so cool. You open it, and it's fine. And then you close it, and it's like, someone is eating cookies. The doctor disapproves. Anasterian taking some damage. I opt, I'm like, oh, well, clearly they've got this, so I'm going to go ahead and take my seriously bedraggled army. Purple and I have the same idea. Guys, this is just plague damage. Oh, I know it looks exaggerated because I haven't upgraded the health on all of these casters yet. That's another thing I want to talk about. If you're going to go the strategy I do, you're going to want to upgrade the health of your casters, and it's an upgrade you can find in the Arcane Sanctum. It's Fog of War again, because we're focusing on green. Now, I have sort of important transition here. Do I start upgrading my attack, or do I start upgrading my sorceresses and priests? I go for attack because we don't know what's going on down south. We can comfortably say, looking at the control points, that no one is close to winning, but we don't know what kind of trading has been going on. We don't know if Teal won up here and Arathor won down here and Teal's got a bunch of these and just Outland, or if Arathor has plugged him up in Outland. So we can't assume what's going to be here when we go down. We can send in some scouts, certainly. If you upgrade your sorceresses, you can turn things invisible. Go ahead and look with those. Farstriders are very quick, so you can just turn one invisible and go down there and check things out. Fun way to get an extra attack as your Farstriders. You go ahead and cast invisibility on all of them, along with... what's her name? Sylvanas. You cast invisibility on all of them plus Sylvanas. You swing in the back of an army, and then you just attack. And then you feint You attack a hero, by the way, and then you feint and windwalk, and then you attack again. Suddenly you've gotten 2 free attacks. Oh, now we're gonna have sort of a panic attack up here. I start pinging the Mac. I'm like, guys, seriously, guys, oh my god, guys, that's a lot of stuff, guys. I want to say good job to Blue. He had a perfect opportunity to base aim, and he did not. It's considered a little rude to just go and aim for these bases, and he doesn't. He's quite good about that. Farstrider goes in, sort of draws some of their ire. So do my High of Omega. So I'm like, get out of there. God, you're blowing up into literally big bursts. Guys, rewind that and watch that guy just burst into blood. Slow this back down to time 1. And I'm like, oh, this is where I'd start almost having a shit fit at my partner. I'm telling him, dude, you seriously need to build a peasant and start repairing this. You really need to... Oh, God, it's taking damage. Friggin'... And I sort of bottle up things. So I'm like, oh, God, I got to let purple get in here past me, so I back my units up, let him go in, and then I go back in, start helping him. Meanwhile, Blue gets the right idea and finally starts targeting this with the meat wagons. We're just going to watch this fight play out. You're going to see, I'm going to go ahead and put on health bars. That's a lot of junk. That is a lot of junk. The only thing is taking damage on our front lines. Super good for us. Which means we can just keep casting Chain Heal, and whatever plague damage is being done to the back units we can hopefully deal with. I do think we end up with these Vanguard on the front. Vanguard's super good against Mass Crypt Fiend because they take reduced damage from piercing attacks. And I'm like, purple. He actually builds them and just leaves them there. He's like, like the peasant. The peasants are just sort of standing there like, hey, what's up with you? Oh, not much. The Lord wants me to do something, but he hasn't really told me yet. Oh, that's really cool. Have you noticed the building burning down next to us? Yeah, but, that's just work. That's just more work, my lord. He's like, yeah, but, you know, if we lose this, Prince Arthas could theoretically become a evil monster bent on slaying his former people and kill his father and all that. Well, I know, but it's not in my job description. I'm telling a little Austin Powers, it's not my bag, mate. Australian as well. Alright, so as we can see, we've got some rather unfriendly buggers here, and he's getting up in their faces right there. Finally, he's going to have these peasants start repairing this damn building, literally inches from death. You ever been into the tundra and seen a crypt fiend in the wild? They'll tear your eyes out. So rather... I'm getting Irish now. Whatever. Enough accents. Finally starts repairing this. I have a hard... You can see the number of times I've been yelling at him to repair. I'm just like, I swear. And then I do a stupid thing and go behind the lines here. And they just target my guys. And they start dying. I was like, I'm a derp. I'm a derp. And he's like, oh, look. Free expensive units. Green's going to be dumb. Don't do this, guys. Don't do this. That's what I'm talking about. If you want to get your Forest Riders in there, you go ahead and make them invisible, and then use the feint as an escape. Don't use the feint as a way to get in. Unless you have no exit strategy. Unless your plan is to just go in there, but if you're in danger, make sure you have that exit strategy. And we're just going to watch them clear things up really quick here while I may or may not do something with something in my hand. Oh, that sounds awful, guys. I'm just responding to a text. Sorry. Because, again, I'm super professional. We can see Orange has gotten the Kirin Tor Mages. Actually, no. I can't. I'm so in Azeroth Wars mode right now, I'd probably text someone and be like, why aren't you getting 8-8? Or, as we can see, Arthas is a pretty underrated hero. Or, oh my god, I really should get the health upgrade for these Magus. And they'd be like, what are you talking about, Azothan? At which point, I just have to apologize and stop being friends with them. You can't get over that kind of embarrassment. Oh, an Alliance fleet with no one in there. I point out the fact that, quite obviously, Felhorde and Aerithor and Yellow, you like me dodging that yawn? Have not really made any headway against each other. We can go ahead and take a look and see what it looks like once again. It looks exactly the same. There may or may not have been a skirmish. We're going to see a super high-level Magtheridon later. Oh, it's so cool. This is one of the dangers of fighting Teal for a prolonged period of time, is you will feed Magtheridon, and once he gets up there, oh my god, he's pretty beastly with that cleave ability. He gets enough rings, some boots on there. He can move around the battlefield and do tons of damage. I would like to address something that I feel is important. Either they need to remove the Gloves of Fury, or they need to rework the way that Sylvanas and Chandris work. Because I'm not kidding, it's unfair at a certain point. Once Chandris reaches level 10, if she's got all 15 attack claws and 1 Gloves of Fury, it's over. It's just gone. You do not stand a chance. We capture some Dreadlords over here and we go ahead and murder their faces. I'm like, scan, get an eagle, do something. I want to kill these bastards. They're just sitting there ripe for the picking. Put Fog of War back on. You can see we can't see him yet. We know something's here. Anyway, they need to rework the way it works because no other hero can do the amount of damage. I would wager that even Archimonde cannot do the kind of sustained damage that these units can do once they reach level 10. Because Archimonde has that big, like, oh, fire, pillar, everything's dead ability. And then he sort of just attacks. And it does a little bit of splash damage, but it's not that scary. Chandris just erased my champions. And Sylvanas has the same level 10 ability. There he goes. Woo! Free levels for our heroes. Let's go ahead and up that Brilliance Aura. So we're like, of course we're going to go down south and attack everything. Why wouldn't we? But we end up just stalling out, actually. I'm like, well, you guys don't really need me here. I mean, it's 2-on-1 down there, and there's 2 of you, so I get the brilliant idea. Let's go ahead and speed this up. Woo! Try not to lose units, do a little damage, make a little love. You know, basically get down tonight. Oh my god. Teal was looking for allies all like the game started and he was like, anyone want an ally? Anybody wanna like anybody at all? Just wanna buy a used car? Still getting upgrades, but now at this point I decide to start upgrading my sorceress and my priest because I realize I'm gonna have to go off on my own, and if I'm gonna be on my own, I cannot rely on what I have right here. It's not good enough. Sure, the chain heals, that's some decent damage. Decent way to heal some damage up, but it's not enough. It's not sustainable. So I'm going to get priests, and I'm going to get sorceresses, and I'm going to get archers, because I'm going to slow them with slow and frost arrows, and then I'm going to have my priest to continually cast heal, dispel damage abilities. Oh, you can see me rallying tons of stuff up here, loading up, and I say, alright, Kael, it's time to go get you, buddy. You've been hanging out in Northrend way too long. I don't know what the trigger is for this. I just sort of I thought, alright, he'll spawn right here on Drakthar and Keep, right? Like, oh, that'll be great. No, you sort of grab it and it's like, Keal'thas came home and he's back here. I was like, that's not where I am. I'm now in the shit and I don't have Kael and his AoE damage. It sucks. I'm attacking Furbolg huts because apparently F the Furbolgs. Woo! Clinking away. Whoop, whoop, whoop. If any of you watched the Azeroth Wars episode, just the single priest beating away at Zul'Gurub down here. That was beautiful. Shwoop, shwoop, 2 damage. Shwoop. He must have been there for hours because it was like 2,000 damage down. And I'm just like, target, 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 target. Alright, this is where we want to look and realize red and blue now know I'm here. That's not good. Red's going to start moving up. And I'm like, yeah! I got this is boom, 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 boom. That's a lot of A-bombs. Boop, 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 boop. And I'm thinking, dude, of course I can hold this choke point all day as green. This choke point here is not a problem. I mean, this High Elven Magus could hold this choke point. He doesn't. Anasterian does. But you get my point. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, crap. I didn't think about this. And he immediately starts. Blue is great. I would like to mention that. Blue, great job. It starts mana burning all my hero. Oh, we're gonna lose Anasterian. That's the only way to sustain our chain heals. No, keep him up. He's just in the middle of an army. He's a lone man. He's a Spartan. Oh god, he's gonna die. We're running out of chain heals, and oh, he's dead. Luckily, we gave the the Flame Strike Sword to the hero that's not likely to die. But I want to make a point here, guys. Sylvanas, if she's killed, is gone for good. If she's killed by blue and red, it's gone. And purple's going like, hold on, little buddy. And I'm like, I will do my best. Lots of chain heals trying to go off in this army. But we can see the slow and the frost arrows, and the heals, and the chain heals, and the AoE damage from my guys. Oh, and he starts spamming that on my Magus, making sure I can't cast more chain heals. And I'm just holding this line. Barely. I feel like I would have lost much. And okay, this is the point where Purple makes a good point. He's like, attack Gundrak, we can't get in. He could have gotten... Oh no, they took it. Okay. They're like, just attack it. I'm like, I don't know if I can afford to ignore the damage he's going to be doing to me. But I do it anyway. I take Gundrak. Oh, by the... And it's like our light of hope, guys. Oh. It does look like something from Halo. And I'm like, I'm backing up because you're about to have a buttload of melee to deal with. Purple, my hero, managing to... Oh god, guys, look at this fight. We are holding the steps of Gundrak against an undead army that vastly outpowers us. That's some terrifying stuff right there. Purple's upgrades are at 4-3, so luckily he's holding on pretty well. But just that mischance going down so much, and oh, just everything he's using melts to these crypt fiends, and especially the necromancers and the warlocks. We can see Purple's army is almost completely melted. He loses Keal'thas again, trying to help me. Purple Hakusu? Let's see what his name is. Haksaru, I want to thank you so much for being an amazing ally. You're great, man. You put it on the line for your buddy, and I love you. Only problem is, at this point, we sort of don't have... Let's select one of our Magus. We just don't have mana. Yeah, I'm saying, dude, we need... Get up here right now because I need your mana regen. Oh, we lose a Magus. We start losing things. I'm like bringing my Farstriders back to try to keep them alive. Oh, I target my own Farstrider and kill it in my panic. And we're slowly whittling away at this, but we're in a bad place now. We've lost most of our casters. We don't have any mana on our mages for a chain heal, and they can just keep reinforcing. Mal'Ganis is up to level 10. And my hero's at level 8 and level 6. Mal'Ganis is looking beefy right now. Alright. As we can see. Welcome back, guys. Did I totally have to just pause the recording to answer a text? Yes, I did. I'll explain to you guys why later. So Purple has built a barracks very intelligently. I lost my hero that had summoned workers on it, and it wouldn't even matter because when I summoned workers, I summoned them down here. Here we are. He's blocking the path with these steam tanks, really mitigating the damage we're taking. Now we just have to worry about from the necromancers and the... he doesn't actually have the improved skeleton warrior, so there's no skeleton archers or mages attacking us. That's good news for us. Building a ziggurat here, he's going to try to start doing some... Oh, and there's the portal. There's the portal to save our lives. And I just still haven't creeped, guys. I want to have a shit fit at how bad light blue and brown were. We had a decent red, a good blue. We can see they really almost beat the ever-living crap out of us here in Northrend, and they continue to do so in the game as it unfolds. I don't even know where they get so much stuff later on. Like, it's nonsense. Purple's finally arrived. We have our Brilliance aura back. Too bad we don't have any mages. But we do have Keal'thas, who I put in a ship and dragged over here. Now you're going to see me, Anasterian's res, and I'm going to put him and a couple peasants in a ship so that I can start, you know, rebuilding a forward base over here, because without it, I would have sucked. I probably would have lost. Abomination's poking in. Blue doing tons of damage. These Fellstalkers do equal damage to everything, so they can go ahead and murder these steam tanks without concern for their armor. And we're just seeing more and more Abominations, Crypt Fiends, and Warlocks. That seems to be the magic combination for blue. And of course an invisible Mal'Ganis that sneaks up and hurts you in the face. Not a lot of Dreadlords. I mean, just his heroes out of blue. Oh, he's gonna lose Uther. Uther, get the hell out of there, Uther. Oh, Uther's dead. So Arthas dead? Oh, thank God, Arthas had no health. Now we're gonna see. Oh, look at that. The dark green has to hold against light blue. Doing pretty well, too, against what light blue sent at him. It was nothing though. It's just we're gonna see light blue is super up there on his upgrades. He's got 5/5 already, but then he just opts to go pure huntress, which drives me nuts. And I'm like, get Tarkandrius, I hate you so much. You get away so many times. And there we go. He comes out of stealth and we bash him. Orange saying, hey, if you guys can hold back there, I can probably hold this front against red. You gotta remember, these water elementals die, that's fine. They don't get to resurrect the water elementals as skeletons. More sneaky out of Mal'Ganis. I'd love it if we could have gotten him. But once again, we see this plague doing so much damage, bringing units down to 13, 12, oh, so much. Red's going to try some Abomination bombs, but it's not as effective on units that have a predetermined life. Light blue continues to pester dark green. Dark green with actually, let's see, what does he have? 4/4 upgrades. So he hasn't had to spend a lot on units since he wasn't getting attacked for a good portion of the game. But now suddenly we see Teal has swept in, getting lots of stuff. He took back Blackrock. Yellow's been pushed back as well. I don't know if they finished the tram. That'd be great if they did. Dark green once again pushing it back, killing the Chandrilar Spellweavers. Meanwhile, lots more Warlocks putting on lots more pressure here. Mal'Ganis popping out of stealth occasionally to do some damage. Use Keal'thas' ability to maximum effect on these Warlocks in the back. They're super squishy. Don't bother killing the summons. I mean, kill them, but kill the Warlocks first. Oh, now I got some Frost Worms too. Red just going all over the place tech-wise. I'm like, yeah, I've got some Farstriders, why not? He's like, Teal, just attack me already. I've already got the Night Elves up my butt too. Teal at 5/4, right behind. Ooh, Kargath at 11, Magtheridin at 12, and Rend at 7. I mean, that's scary, scary stuff. Teal not attacking these improved guard towers, so lots of damage being done to the back lines. He's gonna, Dark Green's gonna hold for now. A little bit of damage goes out, but he still has. Oh no no! Oh, that's awful. Mag got the crown. That's bad news, Bears. As you can see, I've landed. I've built some Arcane Sanctums. I'm building a barracks. I'm going to replenish what I've lost. I think I've got all my Farstriders. Yeah, I'm not building anymore, so I already have them all. Or they're in. There we go. Last 2 Farstriders are shipping back over here. God, it's so long to replace them. I both love and hate elite units. I hate elite units when I'm fighting on a continent that I can't build them on, because then I have to build them or leave, or like spend a ridiculous amount of gold to buy town portals to go get them with a hero super quickly. There's no easy way to do it. And we're just sort of building a base, doing a little Sim City. We want to make sure we have a good hold here and we can rebuild. None of us are hurting for gold at the moment. Oh, let's see what purple's at. Let's see that you. The purple's at 200. OJ's probably at just a lot more. I was gonna say a little more. OJ with a ton of control points. I'm still sitting at half of what he is. But that's because they were. I just didn't want to argue with them. They're like, "That's mine." I was like, "That's his." And I just thought, you know what, guys, have fun. Just do what you want.
I come to cleanse this land. I come.
And what we're gonna see happen now is we're gonna see Red trying to use, I guess, anti-magic shell, but I don't know why. I think maybe he thinks it'll help him against the Hydromancers. Alright. Dark Green finally calling it quits. He's like, oh, I'm just so angry right now. We're going to speed it up, because what you're going to see happen is I'm going to be like, oh crap, so Malik left. Oh, did I lose him again? No, Anastarian almost dies, but doesn't. I go down here, take a control point, kill a lot of blues units. I lose 1 archer for my trouble. And then I realize, you know what? Purple and orange can totally handle this. I'm going to go south and see what's up. And then even better, I decide I'm going to go to Kalimdor and decide what's up. See what's up. And Teal saying, hey, dude, North Alliance, the elves are fucking crazy. Lots of units streaming in here. Teal's been forced to back up, I believe. Yeah, because yellow pushing out, taking Just do a little scouting. Oh my god, lots of units outside the Dark Portal. Mag Theridon's in here just like, I've got the crown and a ring. I'm pretty good. Blue leaves, and at that point I think, you know what, screw it. I don't have to be here anymore. Red and blue are both gone. I don't need to be here anymore. I have a low number of CPs, but I have a high number of upgrades. So I'm gonna load air mag gauge. I'm gonna load, yeah. I'm like, dude, just OJ, take it. So I'm gonna load all my guys into my transport ships. And I'm gonna decide, we can't, I mean, obviously, they're outright talking about the fact that light blue is currently fighting teal. So why not? Why not just go attack Kalimdor? I mean, it seems like the smart thing to do. There we go. And I'm gonna run directly. I'll be like, hey guys, let's go. All I see, oh, let's turn on Fog of War. I'm like, hey, let's go. Oh god, oh god, I've made a horrible mistake. I've made a terrible mistake. So we're gonna go around, and I'm gonna circle wide around the way. We're gonna speed it up until I land over there. This is mostly just gonna be, oh yeah, and purple already has managed to get some peasants on here and start building some buildings. And orange is like, dude, I have a base that you could teleport to if that's all you wanted. If all you want is a place to teleport to, feel free. I'm like, guys, just go ahead and get Northern first. I'm gonna go ahead and take. I'm so angry because I saw that they hadn't creeped at all. I was like, what? It's a waste. Just, guys, look at that. Naga Royal Guard. That's why the Naga were taken out of the game. They did chaos damage. They had tons of armor. They had an AoE ability. It was some scary stuff. It was like big melee Dreadlord units that you couldn't actually kill. I'm like, oh god, I better take out these docks before I get attacked by any ships. He totally attacks me with ships later. Oh, and right out in the open, teal and light blue ally with brown. So suddenly it's 3-on-3. That's fine. I guess it's fine. I'm going to go ahead and kill some of these ancients, speed it down to ×2, because we're going to see some interesting micro here. The fact that he just uses Huntresses made this really easy. The damage is super spread out. He's not doing any cataclysmic damage to any of these units right off the bat. So I can just continue to chain heal. The ones in the front are taking the most damage, the ones in the back are taking reduced damage from the glaive bounces, and it works out perfectly with chain heal, because that's exactly how chain heal works. Large healing on the first unit, reduced healing on the next few. And Asterion just balling it up in melee. He's like, guys, I got this. Seriously, all y'all just chill back there. Whack. Slow. You like that? In your face. I'm like imagining sassy Asterion. It's like, oh no, you did. Whack. Oh, whack. You like? Oh, take it again. Yeah, you gonna die. Oh, you died, girl. You died. Look at my friends back there. They got my back, and like the entire green army is like the friends of the gangbanger in the back. We're just like, oh damn, look what he said. Oh shit, doing their poses. And Asterion's the lead gangster. I'm gonna have to find out what these do. It's been a while. It was before that this was a little area for blue. Let's talk about old Azeroth wars. It used to be that blue controlled this whole area in here, and he could make creeps out of what are current, like, there used to be like corrupted ancients here, and he could make creeps out of there. And I actually saw blues completely take over Kalimdor. It was really freaky. You could get an upgrade that made what's his name? You got the satyr guy, king of the satyrs. Oh, what is his name? Lord Fishy Buns? No, that's not it. Anyway, he had an ability much like the Eye of Sargeras, which would summon demon units. So he could just keep reinforcing. If he managed to get the creeps in Kalimdor, you were just dead, because he's going to have tons of money, tons of these weird creep units running around, and all of them had abilities. And then he's got this crazy satyr in the back who can turn your guys into satyrs if he attacks them and then they die. It was sort of a Sylvanas, undead Sylvanas ability, like that, you know, undead arrow thing they have, where if they're being attacked by her and then they die, they turn into a skeleton, except it was a satyr. And then those things could do it too. You could just get an entire army of satyrs from an enemy. Freaky stuff. Anyway, that was an old 1.5 when you had the Naga landing on your shores as Night Elves too. But 1.5 was really stressful for Night Elves, guys. You had to worry about Blue pulling that stuff, you had to worry about the Horde, and you had to worry about the Naga, because the Naga almost always went for you first because they wanted Illidan. The Blue basically had to kill you or die. The Horde knew they eventually had to kill you or die. And Naga knew they had to kill you to get that hero that they wanted. It was a nightmare. And you were just one person. That was back when you were just one person. So it was 1 against 4. Oh, so if you won as Night Elves, you felt like a god. You're like, I did not have an easy game. 4 people would have to drop out of this game for me to have an easy game. Oh, my Far Strider's barely getting out of there. Good thing Azothan did not block me off.
Our town is under siege.
I'm going to retreat a little bit. Not because I have to, but because, as you can see, I obviously outnumber him right now. But I just wanted some breathing room. And I thought I could draw him back into a choke that would be more advantageous for me. We don't really need the advantage of the health fountain. Orange, landing with a force here. Purple. Oh, look, while we weren't looking, look what purple has done. He is everywhere. Meanwhile, teal is going to take out yellow, get those special items. Let's see what are his upgrades at now. 5, 6. Let's look what mine are at. Sort of 3-3. But you can see, really effectively dealing with, and here we go. I'm just like, dude, let's just get lots of Claws of Attack and see how that works out. Not quite as overpowered if you don't have the Gloves of Fury, which I totally could have snuck down here and gotten. Not even snuck. I could have just landed down south, killed me some creeps, and killed Cthulhu. But I hand Anastarian some boots and a ring. The boots, oddly enough, I was like, yeah, he'll be able to get out of combat faster and, you know, run away from enemies. He just ends up getting 2 enemies faster. So I'm looking for him, and I have no idea that he's, you know, like a whole screen away and I can't heal him. It's like, God, you overeager son of a bitch. Light blue thinking, I'm going to take these back. And then the knights say, hey, our attack sort of trumps yours. Oh, no! Run! Oh, stand and fight for the goddess. A loon will guide your path into the afterlife, you poor, poor bastards. Good upgrades, though. They do some damage. They do some damage. They do some damage. The damage that they did was doo-doo. That's how small it was. Teal moving with a huge force on the minimap. Streaming units in. I say huge force and there's like 9 guys when I get there. That's stupid. They managed to sneak yellow up here. They're like, hey, let's go ahead and grab that control point. Poor yellow. He never stood a chance. And meanwhile, light blue goes ahead and just wipes out my forward base. And I was like, oh no. Whatever will I? Contingency plan. I invisibled. Where is he? Where is he? I know he's here somewhere. There he is. There he is. I invisibled an elven worker. I went, huh, I could build in Fellwood. No, I should build in. What the fuck? There's still creeps here? That was my exact thought. I was just blown away by the fact that this hadn't been creeped yet. I thought, okay, I guess I'll just build a thing here. So I move all my units back here. Go ahead and get my scroll of town portal. Oh, I didn't even notice that Orange gave me gold. Thank you so much, Orange. You're so nice. Malfurion Storm Rage, still level 6. I mean, I'm not going to say anything. Oh, God, and I freaked out here because I was like, I'm going to lose the unit that's building this, and then I'm going to lose the building, too. Come on. Come on. Teleport. Teleport. Oh, Azothan teleport. They're going to break it. They're going to break it. Oh, thank you. Broken AI saves the day. They come back to finish me off, and then whoop. That would be the worst surprise in the world. Can you imagine? It's like, look, there's some scaffolding, and the next thing you know, an army falls on your head. Orange coming to the fact that they don't even have Illidan yet. And somewhere along the way, I teleported an elven worker. Otherwise, this would not have gone nearly as well. Because I figured, fuck, I just teleported to this base and I have no workers. I can't reinforce. I'm screwed. I'm behind enemy lines. And he has enough gold to just swamp me. And luckily, let's see, what's his gold at? Because he produces a lot of shit. 900? That's not bad. Teal and light blue are getting ready down here.
Your building is complete.
I still have workers here that I don't use. I do end up using them, but not to any super great effect. Teal wants to push in now because he's got 5/6. He's got a level 15 Mag Theridin, level 14 Kargath, and a level 10 Rend. That is so much damage. So he's got Sword of 1,000 Truths, Ultimate Shield, Crown, 2 rings, and a Skull of Teleportation to get out if he needs to. Oh my god. And I'm like, hey, look at this. I'm going to go do some damage because I'm such a cheeky little bugger. Yeah, that doesn't work out well. Light blue pinging the map. He's like, hey, look, there's stuff in my base. There's a base in my... Oh, God. And I'm like, all right, he's going to send up some Huntresses. And then I remember, oh, God, Brown's playing too. That's right. Crap. Just destroy all his Furbolgs, luckily. Lots of damage going down on my army. But thankfully, Brown using mostly heavily armored units, which really benefits me. None of the units in this army are doing any real sort of damage to mine. Even these casters are sort of holding their own. We're going to go ahead and slow this down and watch how just easy it is to pull. I believe that if Brown and Light Blue had come in, it probably would have been a different story. But we'll never know. I'm just melting these things so fast it's not even funny. And they can't do any permanent damage because Anasterian eats up the first glaive bounce and then the other one's just sort of meh. Not all that much. And look at that! Our heroes are suddenly looking pretty good. 11, 9, 9. All dead. Meanwhile, Brown, sitting out here, he's going to head south to deal with Purple because Purple is pushing in. It's being kind of annoying. Orange constricting them a little bit. They're a little afraid to move out. I feel that's premature. Brown probably could have dealt with Purple fairly easily. Light Blue could have dealt with Orange. The two of them together would probably be what it takes to deal with my army. Just the composition's odd. So I'm going to go ahead and get some free stuff. We're just going to fast forward.
I'm on the job, on the job, on the job.
Finally, I have my haul up and I can start producing stuff. We get lots of extra lumber. Mining it literally right out of the barrow dens. That is so sacrilegious. The Night Elves already hate the Blood Elves. I'm like, no. Illidan dies to me. I want that. Yeah, I want that level. Give that level to Anasterian. And Orange saying, I need help. Oh my god, yes you do. Look at this, guys. I'm going to slow this down and just take a look at how much damage is going down on... Oh, Orange's army is melting. Well, maybe now you'll use some of that like money you've been building up all game. Orange has had a bajillion money. Not using... I'm sure someone's going to mess me and tell me I'm wrong, but doesn't Orange have priests too that could dispel this or something to deal with these skeletal grunts? Because he's now up to 6-7. And he's like, look, I just found Malfurion. And Brown's just like, nope, I'm done. Malfurion got aimed, I'm done. It's kind of the last place you expect Malfurion to get aimed by Purple is in the port of Dark Green. None of those things go together. Doing some damage. Oh, the Huntresses swinging in right behind my army. He doesn't even want to fight the main army. He just wants to get in there and start killing stuff. And actually, not a bad idea. If he could get enough Huntresses in there, I wouldn't be able to get back in and do anything. But I just end up pumping out lots of stuff. And oh, that poor elven worker. He's not going to make it, Jim. He's not going to make it. Ultimately, what I thought was, I'm going to get up here, I'm going to kill everything, I'm going to kill the tree and win. Doesn't work that way, guys. If you kill the tree, you just take control of it. I swung my archers in from behind, they were taking some damage, but luckily the Magus were here. Magus? The Magus was there to help us. Meanwhile, we're seeing Orange just overwhelmed. Sweet holy monkey Christ. This is a lot of stuff. This is the sort of second fallback. If you lose the bridge, you're going to want to hold here. Not as good because they can put catapults here, here, slightly better concave. Oh my goodness, and he's just sort of having to fall back continuously. saying, I need wood! And you're gonna see my wood. Yeah, you're gonna see my wood. You're gonna see my wood plummet. 2,000, I hand him some. Meanwhile, I'm just still dealing with this constant influx of huntresses from light blue. He's at 7-7. And even with that, it's taking 2 full rounds to kill my priests.
Our forces are under attack.
Luring a bunch back here. Oh, thankfully none of them getting caught. I put that on my Keal'thas just in case. I don't want to die.
I come.
And I realized, oh, screw it. I actually have these buildings up now. Go ahead, attack me. I welcome the experience. Well done to Orange. He's holding the bridge magnificently. And at this point, we're gonna just pause and take a look and at the idea that Orange is at 5-6. It's very rare for Orange to upgrade units like that. We have a lot more attacking units, are sitting at, if I can find it, 5-3. 5-3, and we are able to comfortably fight off whatever forces have come at us all game because of our mages, our farstriders, our priests, our sorceresses, and our basic archers, because we can switch them between extra damage and slow. It is very important to consider not only how strong your army is and not just overwhelming them. I'm going to kill all those huntresses. Not just overwhelming them, but where to fight, when to fight, how to fight, and what complements your race's abilities. Green is amazing. Not in straight up duking it out damage, but in his versatility. Like I said, you can turn them into sheep. You can turn your units invisible and get behind their lines. You can sneak around and hero snipe if you want. You can almost endlessly cast with your casters late game with that Brilliance aura. Anastarian becomes a beautiful tank. Just take advantage of what you're given, guys. That slow, that heal, the dispel, inner fire. I actually didn't use inner fire in this game. I very much should have. I don't have that many units, and it would have been great. Chain heal's going down on Asterion. I don't end up using his AoE ability. But, oh god. The amount of feeding that he just received has upped his heroes to level 10, and he hasn't seen that much combat in this game. That huge war he just fought, and it cannot be described as anything but a war, brought his heroes up to that level. Oh, Uther has fallen. Jesus, what is he doing back there?
Job's done. Job's done.
I feel like I missed something important there. Oh, he targeted Uther. Purple's down here trying to attack Teal. Doing some pretty good damage. He's letting his... Oh, that's a great idea. Silverhand Paladin's resurrecting everything. Light Blue saying, man, if Brown had known what he was doing, we would have won. I'm like, man, maybe if you'd creeped or had any composition of units whatsoever other than Huntresses, you would have won. He says no shit as like it's my fault. He's like, yeah, I just totally sat in Kalimdor for 58 minutes and didn't creep, and that's fine. That's just what people do. Pushing these back pretty easily. I'm going to end up upgrading these just to buy myself some time to attack the tree that doesn't end up matter. Oh, and then the Horn of Cenarius just sitting there. I like the description. This is the Horn of Cenarius, if you didn't understand. It's a horn by Cenarius. Why don't you kill these? Bet you a couple more orc units drop out. Alright, Orange, still holding at all the important junctures. These are the two main ones if you want to... Oh, by the way, if you're stifled at this bridge, oftentimes you can swing up here very, very quickly and try to get in there. I'm going to still hold off Huntress attacks here until these are all upgraded. Start pumping out some peasants, heal them up, finish the wall. I don't want any interruptions while I am doing my due. Meanwhile, down south, just streaming knights non-stop. And he's like, stab. Stab targeting my heroes. Stab. That's gay. Oh, his Silverhand Paladins are surviving fine. It's just his heroes that can't stay alive for more than 10 seconds. Right past the army, he's like, shh, 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 guys. Shh. Maybe they don't. Oh shit, I think they see us. My guess is Kael'thas is gonna die. Who has $10 on Kael'thas dies? Orange with the epic hold the bridge. Oh, Kael'thas, are you gonna win me $10 times the 5 people who watch this? Oh no, I've rolled 5 of you money. There we go, working my way up here. Light Blue just massing furballs. He's like, this'll stop him. I know his weakness, and it's fuzzy things. My weakness is fuzzy things, guys. It's true. I can't help it. I love them. Orange is going to hold off here again. Oh, beautifully done. But once again, it's just Huntresses. Maybe this is where I get kind of sad. I'm like, no, if Orange leaves right now, we're going to lose. I don't know why I had that in my mind. I just thought so. Oh, Magtheridon level 17. Oh, he's got Zula at the Wicked level 15. Teal's so scary. No, I'm like, no, I'm coming. I promise. I will get to you. I will find you, Rose. I'll find you.
Our allies' town is under siege.
I think Light Blue's getting ready to try to... Yeah, he's going to try to take the wall again. Orange has to back off because nope. Nope, those heroes are really frightening. Orange is like, hey, you have no boats. And I'm like, yeah, I know I have no boats. I have a Scroll Town portal, though. Gonna see him hero again hold off very, very easily. The Huntresses are actually super effective against the water elementals because they have medium armor, so they take extra damage. Teal, oh, Teal in sort of a very scary spot. He could have gotten surrounded there. They keep trying to push out. Teal just using his heroes at this point. He doesn't want to feed us and give us more experience. He knows he has a hero lead and he wants to keep it. It's a very good idea. The towers sort of just murder the Huntresses again as they bunch up here. Teal is gonna go grab a... What's Teal gonna grab? Come here, you little bugger. I'm trying to click on you. Oh, there we go. Oh, come on. Oh, God, you're a pain in the ass. You can't follow their portraits while they're invisible and running. I'm like, oh, God, okay. Yeah, I was so angry when I captured the World Tree instead of killing him. Orange saying, alright, later. Teal says GG. I'm like, oh, no, wait, Orange, just wait. He's gonna give up, and I don't want him to know you're leaving. But he said it in all. I'm stupid. I wasn't paying attention.
Our town is under siege.
And there we go. We're gonna start attacking, guys. We're gonna do some damage. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We're gonna see exactly what happened. My God, this feels like I'm watching an old 1.59 replay when people didn't know about compositions. They were just like, well, obviously it's the coolest sounding and most expensive unit, so I should just spam lots of them. You're like, no, sure, whatever, that sounds great. Just do it. He doesn't have chaplains or archers. It's pure knights, heroes, and paladins. Meanwhile, we have a pretty good group. We've got archers and our heroes, and again, priests, sorceresses, and magus. Super good. Purple says, I'll be right back. Oh god, I tried to sneak in here with Sylvanas and do some damage, but I was like, oh, I don't have those gloves. That can't be cool. I'm gonna sneak back out, and I'm gonna be like, hey, pull. Ah, run! Oh, we're gonna bail. See, much more damage being done to their lines than to... Oh, God, but grunts do hit hard. And also, I should not be blocking this right here. Especially now with poor Keal'thas on the front lines. I think Keal'thas is just going to get... Go ahead and toss the Phoenix out. Leave it out over the bridge so that it can do a lot of AoE damage and attack without having to worry. And Sylvanas right in the front doing tons of damage with that multi-arrow. You can't even see what's happening here, but I assure you we are slaughtering them. You can sort of just feel it. I mean, this line of... Yeah, Keal'thas goes down. This line of knights is not dying nearly as fast as that line of orcs is. And that's even with me blocking and not letting more knights in. I finally think I get the idea. Is it right here? Come on. This feels like where I would realize I'm being sort of a twat. But hey, look at that. Paladins rezzing the frontline units. Super good. Nether Dragon. Very scary, actually. If he can get enough out, he can just target your heroes and go wild. And we're going to pull back here super quick to give ourselves a better concave. Finally, Light Blue broke through my wall, killed my guys. Except for the fact that I hear a little peasant over here, because I knew. Yes, I did. That's not where the action is. This is where the action is. Much better concave for us, but Uther dies again. Ah, these paladins have plenty of mana. Why aren't they healing? Purple, it's just Q. Just go to your paladins and just press Q heal, Q heal, Q heal. You're good. These heroes are really beefy now. 17, 13, 18 mech there in the back. But we are just racking up more and more points. Our heroes are looking good too. 14, 12, 12. Anasterian. Oh, is Anasterian going to die? Oh, he could die. Oh, no, he's going to be fine. That's right, because he's a baller. I realize, oh, no, we can't let him do that ultimate. Go ahead and stun him. Surround him. Oh, no, that's painful. We surround all the heroes. Oh, and he goes down. And Ren goes down. And Kargath goes down. So, Teal calls it GG. And I'll just go ahead and tell you guys what happens in the rest of this game. Teal leaves. Purple and I go back to Kalimdor. I go ahead and use this peasant to build a building, teleport in, and we crush light blue between us. But let's go ahead and restate what we found in the very beginning. Light blue, sorry, green. Let's turn the fog of war back on. Oh, it's so pretty, isn't it? It's like nighttime over the city. Green is a very, very good race when played correctly. You have a lot of versatility, even more so than the Night Elves. I know they might seem very similar, but I would say that green actually has a huge advantage over light blue in the later game. In the early game, I think light blue, of course, because you have more control points and your heroes are spaced out and you have far more creeps. That's green's biggest weakness right now, is the fact that he doesn't have a lot of creeps to go grab. That's why often you see people go ahead and rush to Northrend and steal those creeps, because if you have a rushing blue or red, they're not going to see it, and you can feel free to just use 2 groups of units to creep as much of Northrend as you can, maybe even do some damage to red and blue, and then you can just feed all that money into purple and orange so they can hold while you do that. It's a really good strategy. I'll try doing it sometime, and we'll do like a quick little bit on it, maybe a 10-15 minute video. We see that with his casters and the way that green's units work together, as long as you're using all the abilities wisely, you don't actually need that many upgrades. You can spend more money on getting a group of sorceresses and priests and upgrading them, upgrading your magus and your far striders. You can even spend tons of money. Each of these represent 250. So what's that? 750 gold right there on Sylvanas, and she's really, really good with those because they multi-shot ability. Anasterian keeps your army alive, keeps you using those abilities. Keal'thas is there for the big AoE damage if you can get him. I put a Subby Mask on him. I'd suggest just going wacko with the Subby Masks. Flame Strike doesn't have that long of a cooldown. But this is a huge this is a huge divergence from most races, where you see that it's the attack that matters the most. It's the upgrades, this 8-8, always constantly wanting to get to 8-8. And when you see an enemy with 8-8, you're like, oh god, I'm screwed. But you don't have to feel that way as green. You can just be like, I have a wonderful bevy of abilities that I can use against you at any time. I can hold you up in choke points all day long. I can turn your whole front line into sheep. I can dispel whatever you put on me. I can heal myself constantly. I can do AoE damage. I never run out of mana. It's a great combination. So, guys, this has been our tutorial for green. I hope you all enjoyed it. Leave any feedback in the comments. I'm sure that many of you will have different strategies to discuss, and I would love to hear them, try them out. Send me in replays of you doing them. I would like to do actually an entire day's worth of little bit parts. Be like, hey, look at this tiny strategy that's applicable at this time and how it works, and then just send me in the video. I'll do a quick 5 to 10 minute segment on it, and then we'll combine all those into one big video, and we'll do it all fancy style. But this is the green that I played. I very, very much enjoyed it. Green might actually be one of my new favorite races. I am a huge fan of how this works out. I loved Arathor because the combination of units was actually more important than just having lots of upgrades, and I'm finding that's true for green as well. I'm gonna have to perfect this race, maybe play with Talon and Yurg, see how they do. Maybe I'll do it in the pros game. There's a lot less pressure on you in a pros game when you're a part of a group of 3. Okay, guys, like I said, Suicide Sunday. I'm gonna be out of town, but I still want you guys to send me in your submissions. Send me in a game of 1, you and your friends playing North Alliance and killing yourselves off and going with your second chances, or B, getting 20 hero kills on 1 unit get 20 hero kills on one hero. I will watch the entire replay and count them up and cut them together and make a really cool montage out of it. But that's it. This has been Azothan. You guys can join me next time, and hopefully I'll be joining you for Suicide Sunday. You guys have a lot of fun. It's been a pleasure, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye.